I am Michael.
I am Ifama Michael.
I am Jane Michael.
And this is Aliyah Michael.
We are the Michaels.
Hello guys. Good afternoon. Welcome to the Michaels. On today's vlog is going to be about I'll be sharing a story. Like I said before yesterday, that I'm going to be sharing my stories on this YouTube. Do you understand? I'll be sharing stories about my life, my experiences. So today's story is going to be about the hardship we faced during Aliyah's pregnancy. Yes, fine girl like me face hardship. Yes, I faced some with my full chest. Well, today's story is quite emotional. And when I was pregnant with Aliyah, at some point, I was tired. Aliyah is my second daughter. I have two daughters, Jade and Aliyah. So Aliyah is the second one. And it wasn't easy. It wasn't. Then we're living in a room and parlor. Inside place in Enugu here. And oh my god, like we saw hell. Me, Jade, and Michael. We saw hell. That period tested our love, our faith in God, our togetherness. It wasn't easy. But I'm happy that today we are here to say the story, talk about my story. Okay, let me remember 4 occasions that the hardship was odigodego. Okay, I can remember one time that okay, now when I was 8 months pregnant, we're so broke that we have always okay as at then the brokenness was more than the successful days. Do you understand? So we can have money today, then the next how many months there's no money. So I remember when there was no money, you know, and to the point that we didn't get baby things on time. So at a point when I was 8 months pregnant, I was already getting worried about baby things that we have not gotten. So at the point we had our first car. I know to sabi car name like that and I we had to sell it. I remember that day, went to ShopRite. I am Michael, went to meet the buyer. And what I like about my husband is he takes me along. He doesn't just leave me in the dark. He tells me everything. He asks for my opinion. What do I think? I know everything. So when we were going to sell the car, I went along with him and I cried. I felt bad, but that's only property. Like only thing that okay that we're managing. That made us at least we're feeling okay. And I know how he struggled and how he worked so hard just to buy that car and went to sell it. When we got to ShopRite, at a point Michael was not even using price to to frustrate the buyer, but the car was in good condition to the point that like even the owner self no see fault for the motor because Michael knows how to take care of things. Like he can take care of like he's very particular about how he handles his things. His things are always very neat, very in good condition. So I know how much he has put inside the car. I don't know the name of that car, but that car was Camry. So the person actually priced the car, and I think we sold the car 850. Yes, I think so. So when the person was buying the car, I was crying. Like literally, I was crying in ShopRite in an open place. My cry was this boy like you've worked so hard, you've struggled, and you were able to get this for yourself for your hard work, and now you're seeing it because of problem again, and that was how he sold it. When he sold it, I cried, I felt bad. He just told me, don't worry, on that him too was feeling bad. Now in sweat now, I didn't go feel bad before. But like don't worry, everything's going to be okay. Another one's going to come and all that. Went to Ogbete straight. I cannot forget that day We now had to go to Access Bank at close to Tunnel. Yes, if I'm correct. We draw few money because we're trying to manage the money so it doesn't finish. No money can shock somebody. So went to market Ogbete. Like I said, me and my husband were very close. We do everything together. So went to the markets, got baby things. Now I had Jade 5 years ago. Like that was way long. So I don't have anything. I don't have any single thing in the house. So everything I was buying was brand new. So I got baby things, necessary things, not, do you understand? So we came back, you know, which we and one of my families, anywhere we find ourselves at that moment, we try to enjoy it. Like we try to enjoy every moment. So even when we were back in the market that day, when we sold our car, nobody knew we sold the car, just our families, and we were just um arranging baby things. I think we bought baby bed that day. Yes, we bought baby bed. The next day he was fixing it. And that was how we sold our car. I think 4 days after, well, 'cause my father-in-law has been sick. My father-in-law has been sick. So we 4 days after my father-in-law died after selling the car, 4 days after, right? And I was like, okay, you just sold the car so that we can use it for baby coming, and now this, as in I felt for him, like the load was I was choking, like was choking. That period it wasn't funny. I don't know how we're strong enough. I was pity for him, but I won't have done anything about it. And but thank God, one thing we were doing was usually before okay, when I was in my early stage of pregnancy, we already had a name for our daughter. For our if it was going to be a boy, there was a name. A girl, there was a meaningful name. So then we said Aliyah, and we said Olako. Aliyah means rising. Olako means bank. Do you understand? So from the 1 month, I was already then a boy. We're calling them the boy's name also. I just mixed it. Then when I went for scan and was sure that it was going to be a girl, I was now calling her the name every damn time. Every damn time. I was calling the name. I was constant. I was always calling the name. So along the line, I can remember one time when they sent Jade back home because of school fees. I came back home crying. I came back home. I was, I felt bad. Jade was sent back home, or rather, yes, she was back home because of was she sent back home, or okay, the proprietress told me that we can't allow her just today. I was embarrassed for the fact that I've not paid my child's school fees. There were times that there's one time that we didn't even have money to buy pure water. Yes. The Michaels. Yes, we didn't have money to buy pure water. We drank well water. Michael will go downstairs, we fetch well water, and we boil it and we drink. There was a time we used microwave to cook yam, cook indomie. Why? Because there was no gas. Not once, not twice. A lot. I can't one I can't forget in a long time was after my pregnancy on was the day our landlord in our old apartment came, and we have been owing him rent. And our rent was 180, equivalent to 200,000. So we have been owing him, and then it came as early as a very shameless man. It came as early as 4 in the morning to knock. He came with guys. The room and parlor now, the window was open because there was heat. So that was when he came. I don't know if I was pregnant then. No, I don't think I was pregnant. I don't know. I don't think so. So he came with his boys, and when he came, they first of all opened the curtain like this. because the window was open, just to open the curtain, and that was how he opened the curtain. And I was like, who's that person? It was scary because it was midnight. It was early hours of the morning. Ah, this man they find for our house this early morning. Thank God I wasn't even naked. Lo and behold, it was our landlord. Ah, Oga, how far? Told the boys, get in there, carry their things. This one, that one. Told boys to throw our things out. Hmm. Michael was not begging him that Michael told him to stay inside. Was not begging the man, begging him that please, this one, that one. This man told my husband that if you know you can't marry a woman, if you know you can't take care of a woman, why did you get married? Oh, I'm telling me that your husband is a shame. He can't even take care of you. Blah 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 blah. You know what that man not tell us. You know get wetin that man did not tell us in that house. Oh God, it was embarrassing because neighbors were hearing. And one thing with Michael doesn't like embarrassment. In fact, nobody likes embarrassment. I was embarrassed. He was embarrassed. Jade was embarrassed. This man embarrassed us, like showed us Pepe. Then Michael finished begging, like, okay, give him time. He's going to pay. Man, and after Ginger he now left. I felt bad. I cried. I felt bad. I know like we pray and it seems like God is not hearing. Let me shock you. You keep praying, it seems like he's not hearing. Duh, he's hearing. His ears are wide open. He's just waiting for the right time. Yes, just waiting for the right time. That same time, now our prayer points was okay, we need money for trad, we need money for this. In fact, we had lots, plenty prayer points. It feels like he wasn't answering anyone. He was only looking as if he was allowing us to be shamed. So fast forward to pregnancy time, and that was how when I now finally gave birth. And I gave birth in St. Patrick. That's where I used to give birth. So you know St. Patrick Independence Layout. That happened they remove. They will send to your village if you're not careful. But I give them St. Patrick now gets almost because I give birth through CS. Yes, I give birth through CS. They said I have ukumpa. Yes, I have ukumpa. And ukumpa. Let me just advise somebody out there in case they say you have ukumpa, don't fight it, don't stress, don't. It's not a bad thing, it's not a disease. It's just how you were created. Yes, don't go and say I was born natural when you have ukumpa. So yes, I have ukumpa, so I don't give birth naturally. I give birth through CS. So went to St. Patrick. My brother and my sister. I saw go St. Patrick. Hmm. Oh, God bless Michael. That man, now God just took me, just carry the man, just give me, no be mouth. I've not seen his kind. His type is so rare. Michael didn't have much, but he wanted me to get the very, very best because my safety was his number one priority. He took me to St. Patrick. I know how he was inside the theater, the operation room, inside there with me, was encouraging me. Michael can even tell Alia's birth story more than me. Yes. Oh, that man, that period, God tested him, tested me, tested the whole family. God, it wasn't funny. I'm saying I'm laughing because that's past. Hey God, you have seen us there. And the funny thing is, you won't even know because once thank God for being fine naturally because anything I wear and come outside, I'm looking all fine. Nobody know, and I don't go around telling people, my husband we are broke, we are finding money, we have not eaten. There are times we only have 500 naira. Yes. So back fast forward to when I went to give birth, Michael was in there with me. He was just there, holding my hand, talking to me. He was there and boom, our Aliyah came out. Our Ulaku came out and she came out with her name. Yes. That child. Jade came out with her own Jade came with her own blessings. Aliyah came with her own blessings. That's why I give my my kids meaningful names that will follow them all their life. Maybe Aliyah came out. Ah, that was the beginning of our change. Even from the hospital, that was the beginning of our change. Yes. And she came out. Her dad carried her, took her out. They dressed me, took me to recovery room. Even at the recovery room, women they were asking me, "Is this my brother?" Because we was running errand. Michael was one that first cleaned me up. Everything that is involved when it comes to childbearing, when it comes to giving birth, child delivery. Michael was the one doing it. Cleaning, washing, bathing. I was able to find after like 2 days or thereabout, I found my feet, and that was how he I took over. Bathing myself, or handling do one or two things for myself. Michael will juggle around, coming to see me, then coming to see Jade where she was. Coupled with the father, my father-in-law died that period. My mother-in-law couldn't come out. My mom wasn't feeling fine. We just left. I'm the only child. His siblings self was looking after their mother. So we're just two of us in our world. Hey God. That period choke. So and that was how okay, a friend of mine still came to stay with me. Hi, shout out to her Daisy. She was there. She came out with in fact, everybody that came to see me in the hospital came with big bag like this. Big bag, big money, big bag, big money. From 1 month to I think earlier was I think 4 months or five, not 6 months. We didn't buy Pampers. It was the Pampers that people brought that she was even wipes that child, and that was how she came. Boom, 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 just like that. Ha. The pikin carry full force come out. Did her dedication. Did her before you know it, we got a new apartment. Oh, nobody was happier than I was. Ah, Jesus. Nobody was happier than I was. We got a standard apartment, well furnished by Mr. Ray, one and only Mr. Ray, one and only Odogu. And that was how we got an apartment, furnished it. Apartment that was times 12 our house rent back then. That was what that's what we paid for the place, the new apartment in a very wonderful environment. And before you knew it, started got another car. Mm-hmm. I got another car. Oh. Okay, sorry. When he sold that his car, a friend of his lent him a car to be using that time. One bad car like that. Later, I don't even know. Okay, for once, since that child was born, we didn't use our leg to walk on the street. There was a car for us to still be using. His friend lent him the car, and that was how he was lending the car. And before he returned the car. Before I don't know what happened, and he bought another one, a higher one than the one we were using before. Yes, so God is good, and that was how. Before you know it, life has upgraded like just like this. And see us that was they were pursuing for rent. Now we they pay rent ahead of time. Now we they pay rent before time reach. Yeah. See us that couldn't pay school fees. Now they pay school fees even before school open. Yes, so that I couldn't afford yes, we couldn't afford 3 meals a day sometimes back then. Now we know they chop almost 5 times in a day. Mm-hmm. Yes, now. Mhm. See me that was wearing ring of 6,000. Now it's even two. Where's one? One is inside. Don't worry. Let me not to showcase myself. Now see my ring. I'm wearing pure. Don't mind me. I'm just but the truth is, God is good. God hears. God listens. Why am I sharing this story with you people? So that if there's someone out there that's is going through something, or you're and this I forgot. This I forget. Yes. The marriage was done. Yes, so They finally married this girl officially, and we had God blessings, our family blessings, and I learned a lot. You know, Michael always tell me, "Don't worry, everything is going to be okay." He will hold my hands. You know, he pray, he hope on God. He tell me he's going to do everything he's going to do. He's going to keep to his promises, and he kept everything through God that helped him. You know, so why am I sharing this story with you guys? So that if there's someone out there that needs this courage, like things don't just live in haste so quick. There's there are prices you have to so that when the success come, you have a story to tell. And don't forget, don't ever be deceived that God doesn't hear. God hears. God listens. God just need a time, just waiting for that time for him to click. And to other women out there who needs to hear this, not because your husband doesn't have money, you talk to him anyhow, you stop loving him, you stop respecting him, you stop no. Hmm? For instance, this generation of because me, I'm not among the generation of these girls these days. Oh, I'm not among. Well, doesn't mean excuse doesn't mean I don't want good life. No, don't get me wrong. I want a good life. I want softness. Mm-hmm. Yes, but don't push your partner into what they can handle later. So my advice is my reason of sharing the stories. Just hope on God. Keep praying. Don't give up. If we the Michaels can be in this level today, anybody can be anywhere. We're not where we want to be right now, but we are comfortable here. We are doesn't mean we don't pray for bigger days. Bigger days is happening this year. Yes, it will happen this year. But before it happens, we are comfortable, we are enjoying this moment, we are living the life this in this time, this place. We are having it. So all I'm saying is don't give up on God. Don't give up on yourself. Don't enter into depression. God is just waiting for the right time. Keep being you. Don't stop being you. Don't change for any reason. Don't be aggressive. Don't be no. Just be you. So I pray you enjoy this video. I don't know if you're going to enjoy this video. I pray you enjoy it. I pray you find it interesting. There'll be more stories coming up. Like I said, more stories coming up. A lot of stories from the Michaels, my own story, family story, a lot. Then other things coming up. And please keep your questions. If you have any questions, you can keep it. We're going to have a question and answer section one of these days. I have to find out when Patapata is going to be available. So I know some of you have questions. On a good day, I'll still tell a full story on how we met. We have done that before, but we didn't finish the video because I don't know why we didn't finish it. But I'm going to finish it. A full video of how we met. I'll tell you people myself how Oga gave me money. Don't worry, I'll spin it. I'll spin it. So you should just hold on. Don't go. So if you like what you see, if you like this me, if you like my kids, if you like my husband, if you like the family, if you like love, if you like togetherness, please subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to this YouTube channel. I beg you now, subscribe. Follow our Facebook page, The Michaels. Please. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day. Drop your comments. Bye.